YouTube? So I'm just gonna do a bit of a. I'm gonna be lazy on this one. I don't feel like going through the whole hoopla of like the Super Awesome Gamer show this time around. I just finished the game. And I'm gonna do it just a brief review of it because, like I said, I don't feel like doing all that other shit right now with the editing and stuff like that. But anyway, so today's game I'm reviewing is Mafia III for the Xbox One, PS4, and I think it's also on PC. I believe so. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but yeah, I think so. Basically, it's, I've never really played a Mafia game before, so I know there's two more, obviously, because it's Mafia 3. So I don't know how the other ones play, but this one played more or less like the open world sandbox game you're used to. You're playing games like Sleeping Dogs or Grand Theft Auto and shit like that. That's basically what you're getting here. You play the character as Lincoln Clay, who got back from the Vietnam War and helps his uncle, who is some kind of crime boss with the situation, and he helps another crime boss with something. Like the Italian crime boss betrays him and kills his whole family, and they try to kill him, but he survives, and he goes on a rampage to kill the entire Italian mafia that rules the city of New Bordeaux in Louisiana. So that's basically the plot of this whole thing here. So he gets his, basic mafia gameplay. I guess you get lieutenants, you get your underbosses and stuff like that. You give them territory and shit like that. You can get weapons and stuff like that. There's a decent amount of I don't want to say stealth element in here, but it's you would actually kind of use stealth a lot. It's kind of neat. I didn't mind it. I thought it was kind of cool. You're sneaking around, you're jumping behind and killing. You don't have to kill him or stuff like that, but I just left the kill option on because fuck it. So yeah, but basically, like I said, it's not a bad game. I mean, yeah, there are a couple of glitches in there that were fucking ridiculous. And people were mad because it was all glitchy, and I can understand why they'd be that way. So I don't know. I still had fun with it. It kept me going for quite some time. I don't think it's a particularly long game. It took me a while to finish it because I barely get to play games as much as I like to. But I eventually got to the end and stuff like that. I thought the story was pretty cool, and it had, more or less, I don't want to say it has multiple endings, but it has multiple. You get a different epilogue depending on what you do in the final part of the game. So I'm not gonna say multiple endings. More like you can affect how the ending is, so to speak. There's certain ways that it goes, good, bad, or like that. And so yeah, I mean, basically, if you played a Grand Theft Auto game, you more or less played this game. But it's not bad. The story is pretty interesting. I thought you learned a couple of things, stuff like that. You take on all these mob bosses and stuff like that. You take their territory and things. It's cool. So I thought it was a pretty fun game. I definitely think you guys should check it out if you get a chance. I know some people probably don't want to pay full price for this, and I don't really blame you. I mean, look for a Black Friday sale coming up tonight. If you see it on sale or something like that, go ahead and pick the game up. It's pretty fun. One weird thing that I thought happened though is I'm playing the game. One day, they did this update recently. It's this patch they put in. I guess one to fix the glitches, and also it adds in the ability to change costumes, which is was not in the game at all, and I didn't expect it to be, but then they eventually did an update where you could do it, and I'm like, why didn't they just do that in the first place? I don't know. But another weird thing I noticed that it did, this game, the soundtrack of this game is, it's based from the 60s, songs from the 60s and stuff like that. That's why I love the soundtrack of this game, by the way, because I like the songs back then. They were pretty cool and stuff like that. I like to listen to the radio stations that are playing. They're playing all the class, all that 60s rock and shit. I thought that was pretty cool. But what I thought was weird is after they did the update, a lot of those songs got replaced by modern cover songs, the same songs, but they were the cover versions. And I thought that was weird. Bad Moon Rising, done by Clearance, CCR, Clarence Clore, whatever they call it, Bad Moon Rising, it got replaced with the modern version, which is weird. It seemed it seemed out of place in time. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? They changed that, and I thought that was just fucking weird. They changed the music like that and stuff like that. I don't know if the original songs are still in there, and the cover versions just were added to it or took over. I don't know, because by the time it happened, I was at the end of the game anyway, so there wasn't much left of the game going on by the time I got all this other shit that they bashed in. So I was pretty much almost done. And also what I thought was cool was the way the story is told out, and again, I don't know if they did this in other Mafia games. They probably did. Where like the story, there's like the story is like also taking place in like I don't want to say modern times, but like recently, where they're talking about like the events happening. Like you got the criminal, you got the investigators like explaining what was going on in the past. Well, he went and did this, and then he did this, and then, it was like cool. And they were like interviewing like people, like interviewing people now they're old, and they're talking about like what's going on, and talking about what's going on in the past. They're like. It's like, yeah, I remember when this and he did this, and it's like it was really cool. You're talking like this one pastor guy who was just like, or father, whatever like that. I think he was like a priest or something. Like you're showing him when he's old, and he's talking about like things that happened in the past, and he was like involved in the story too. Like I said, I don't know if this happened in previous Mafia games. I'm assuming it would, because I really gotta go play Mafia 2 or some shit like that. Because they actually do have a couple of characters, I guess, from Mafia 2 that are in this game as well. I didn't know that because, like I said, I'm sure if I played other games and saw the character, I'm like, holy shit, it's that guy. But, whatever. So, unfortunately, my knowledge of the entire Mafia series is very limited, and I apologize for that, because I haven't played the past games. Maybe I should, I don't know. But, yeah, so Mafia 3 I thought was a pretty decent game. I liked it. I would go ahead and give it like a B-. It was pretty fun. I mean, there were some glitches. I know there are worse glitches, and what I've seen, I mean, there's some really bad ones that people find. I didn't really see anything that bad. I saw a couple things, and there were a couple of things that kind of made me have to reset the game to fix it, which really pissed me off. And like, I think this is more of an Xbox problem than anything else, because when you're in scenes where like it's bright lights or there's a lot of smoke, for some reason like that is too thick and you can't fucking see. It gets too dark and you can't see what's going on, and it like affects the game, and it fucking sucks. And I got like 5 minutes left on my camera, so I'm gonna have to end this review. So anyway, go ahead. I say check this out. Game out if you can. Like I said, if you don't buy it at full price, that's fine. I don't blame you. Wait for it to go down, but definitely try this game out. It was not that bad. And if you're looking for like an open world like sandbox type game to play, go ahead and pick this game up. You'll have a good time, and I'll see you guys next time.